Hey guys, so today I have a wrap up for November. I read a total of 14 books this month, which I honestly do not know how I did it. I mean, I had like a week and a half off for Thanksgiving break, but still, that's pretty crazy. I'm impressed with myself. So the first book that I read in November was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, and of course this was amazing. I have a video talking about my experience reading this series for the first time, and I talk a lot about this book, and I have some reenactments of what happened as I was finishing the book. So definitely check out that video. If you click the book, it'll take you to that, and then I'll have a link down below as well. Then for the second time, I read Insurgent by Veronica Roth, and it was pretty good. I don't really have a whole lot to say. I liked it just as much as I did the first time. And then I read Allegiant, and I don't feel so great about this book. I have a video talking about this book. The first part of it's like a non-spoiler review, so if you want to check that out, I would love for you to. But basically, to sum up my feelings, I was really disappointed in this book. Didn't like it very much. It makes me angry. It makes me very angry to think about it, so we're just gonna move on. Then I read Anatomy of a Boyfriend by Darya Snedowski, and I have a review of this book and the sequel as well, which is Anatomy of a Single Girl. So if you click these books, it'll take you to my review. I really enjoyed them, and I gave them both 4 stars, I think. I might have given this one 3.5 actually. Next, I read Will Grayson, Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan, and this was a great contemporary book. It was definitely hilarious. So this one is about 2 boys named Will Grayson, and they end up meeting in a really strange way. The story kind of takes off from there. It's kind of a difficult story to explain, but it's really funny, and the characters are so interesting. Yeah, I recommend it for sure. And if you love both of these authors, it's pretty much guaranteed you're gonna like this book. I gave this one 4 stars. The next book I don't have to show you because it's actually packed away in boxes right now, but it is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and this book, it makes my heart like warm just thinking about it. It's such an amazing book. I think it's my favorite Rainbow Rowell book, and that's saying something because I love her books. The characters and Kath and Levi, I don't even have words to explain how much I love them, and I love their relationship. And for those of you who have read the book, can I just say that the scene with Kath reading The Outsiders, that's like my favorite book scene ever. 5 stars. You guys have to read this book. I'm telling you, it is so good. Next, I read The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, and this book was definitely interesting. I don't really know how I feel about it. I still don't. I gave it like 2 stars on Goodreads. It was okay. I definitely appreciated it more once I kind of researched it a little bit so that I could understand it more. So, do I recommend it? I guess. It's kind of one of those books that I'm just glad that I read it because it's pretty much a classic, and it's one that so many people have read. So I'm glad that I can say that I've read it and I can give people my opinion on it if they want to know what I thought. Then I read My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick, and I really enjoyed this book a lot. It's a great contemporary. It's a really good one to read in summertime too, which obviously I didn't do, but it takes place in the summer, so it might be a better time to read it. And the second half of the book killed me. Like, I was not expecting it to affect my emotions like it did. I was just like, what just happened? It was so good, and I gave this a 4.5 stars. Then I read Monument 14 on my Kindle, and I have a review of this, so you can click the book to take you there. I thought it was pretty good. It was enjoyable. What I liked the most about it was the fact that these kids were stuck in this department store during the end of the world. I thought that was interesting, and I hadn't read a dystopian like that before. I did like it, and I definitely want to read the sequel. I gave this 3 stars. Then I read The Probability of Miracles by Wendy Wonder, and I have a review of this as well, so you can click the book and go watch that. I really enjoyed this. I gave it 5 stars. I feel like this book is way underrated, and more people need to know about it. This one is about a girl who has cancer, and her family decides to take her to this place called Promise, Maine, which is sort of known as like this magical place where miracles happen. But if you want to hear more about it, make sure you go watch my review. Then I read Impulse by Ellen Hopkins, and this was my first Ellen Hopkins book, and I really, really enjoyed it. I just think it's so awesome to have such great character development and have a story that's so impacting in a book that's written in verse. I will definitely be reading more of hers. Then I read Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C., and this was an incredible book. This is one of those books that I don't think I'll ever forget what it was about. It's just really stuck with me after I finished it, and I keep thinking about it and how much I loved it. I mean, it was just so beautifully crafted. This is a historical fiction about two girls in China. They become best friends, but it's kind of like an arranged relationship. They picked these two girls because they were old sames. They had certain things in common. I can't remember exactly what they were. So these girls formed a friendship, and they wrote letters to each other back and forth on the back of a fan. The bond that these girls form and the friendship that they have, and it's just so incredible to read about. For some reason, I really love stories about Asian culture, so I just loved everything about this book. It was so good, so definitely check it out. I cannot wait to read more books by Lisa C. I might have to do a review of Snowflower and the Secret Fan, so you may see that someday soon, hopefully. So the last book that I read in November was Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer, and I actually finished this on December 1st, but we're just gonna say that I read it in November. This was really good. It was actually my favorite book in the Twilight series. Most of you know that I don't usually have great things to say about the Twilight books, and I still have some definite issues with this book. When things got resolved the way that they did in the end, I was kind of disappointed. I was expecting something more than that. But, you know, whatever. The second half of the book is what really made me love this book, because Bella was actually bearable once she turned. So I actually gave this book 4 stars, where I gave all the other Twilight books 3. So yeah, I really liked this. So that's it for the books that I read in November. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. I read like 99% of this book in November. I don't even know what I'm saying. 5 stars. I just stuttered. Where Kath is reading Toby. And I had like a week and a half after thing. Half-aff? What does that mean? This is Vlogmas day 3. So, I think, oh no wait, maybe day 4. Whatever, let's just get on with this. Oh my god, it's already 2 minutes long. Why am I so giggly today? Who says giggly? Me, obviously.